Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. It is your purchase and pricing email concierge for asking about the condition, boxes, papers, or price of this or any watch you see on Watchbox. Reach out to me for pricing. My email is tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today, we're discussing a watch launched in late 2007 for the 2008 model year and made in only 250 pieces as you see it in rose gold. This is the Breitling Bentley Mark VI Complications 29, one of the rarest complications made by Breitling. It is a true perpetual calendar chronograph chronometer. Taking a look at the watch, you can see it's large but not huge. It's not an oversized timepiece. So we have a 42 millimeter case that measures 16.2 millimeters thick and 49.8 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip with a 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. We'll throw the watch on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, and you can see it's large, but it's not oversized. If you have a 16 centimeter circumference wrist like mine, you can wear this. I wouldn't wear it on a smaller wrist. You might try it on a 15 centimeter wrist if your wrist is very flat across the top. But if your wrist is tiny or it's borderline sized and very round, you're going to want to go with a smaller Breitling. So 16 centimeters circumference and up. This watch is elegant, unlike many of the Breitling for Bentley pieces, which are just monstrously oversized even by the standards of the 2000s. This 42 is quite reasonable, especially given that it contains a lot of complicated watchmaking, which helps to justify the volume. The strap is impressive, expensive, and substantial. It is large rectangular scale, medium brown alligator leather, thickly bolstered to give it volume. It has a contrasting stitch. It has sheer cut sides showing the layers of leather, and then calfskin on the bottom. You will note it is a brand new Breitling factory strap, and it's paired with a matching rose gold pin buckle. You can see that little unrock there. That's the manufacturer Cornu, spelled backwards. That's what that means. You'll see it on many different brands. We have the Breitling B logo with wing and anchor, and then we jump back to the case. We have a case that is extensively polished, the entirety really, with the exception of the diamond plate knurling on the bezel. Now we have a case back that's somewhat inset, creating the appearance of a thinner watch when it's on the wrist. One of the reasons why, once you strap it down and size it, it will fit underneath the cuff. There shouldn't be too much trouble there. The bezel features that pattern that's found within and without Bentleys, both past and present, popular for decoration as well as for tractive purposes to avoid slipping. It looks awesome on this watch and handsomely frames a brown bronze metallic sunburst dial. We have a screw down crown here. The watch is 100 meters water resistant, elongated chronograph pushers, and we have the little adjusters for the calendar functions. The dial has a flange outboard with a matte metallic brushed finish, and then we have a sunburst center that is quite attractive, and it's a little bit difficult to show here on camera, but within the sunburst there's sort of a rounded square that brackets these four counters. Try to find an angle that shows this. I can see it in person. It has a little bit of a concentric pattern internally. I don't know how well you guys can see it. I'll get as close as I can. Hopefully you can pick it up. You can just see it between the counters. It's a very subtle effect. We have rose gold plated hands, sub-register hands, and indices, and this is a sports watch, so the watch is actually quite well loomed. You'll find there is no shortage of luminescence. You can see the four corners, the hours, and the minutes. Now this is a true perpetual calendar. Breitling has made many examples of what it calls a 1461 calendar that can deal with everything except February 29th. This is a real perpetual calendar, meaning it can deal with February 29th when it arrives. You know this because unlike the 1461s, this one features a leap year subdial that keeps track of where it is in that phase. So when it reaches February 29th, it will change from the 28th to the 29th and then the 1st of March. It knows the difference. We also have hidden underneath the minute hand a moon phase display. So we have our day, date, month, a little rough approximation of the seasons, and then our leap year phase indication. We have chronograph hours, we have chronograph minutes, and the base movement here is an ETA 2892A2, so we have its underlying features, including a stop seconds function, and we'll roll through the date change danger zone here. You can see that you do not have any intermediate clutch position functions. So that right there means all of the calendar functions have been converted to work with the pushers. So just keep that in mind. It is a vertical clutch chronograph module, which means when you start, there's no extraneous movement to the seconds hand. It doesn't have the jump or the hitch that you'll find on a lateral clutch. On the reverse side, we can see a combination of the winged Bentley logo and the Breitling B logo. We have them both. Breitling for Bentley, a long-running model line that stood alone in the Breitling catalog. There's still a partnership there, but now the Bentley watches are trim levels on existing model lines, whereas back when this was made, Breitling for Bentley was its own standalone model line. And you can see we also have the Bentley Mark VI logo on the dial. In case you're wondering, the Bentley Mark VI was a 6-cylinder, all-steel-bodied Bentley made from 1946 to 1952, and it was the first Rolls-Royce Bentley product that used all-steel bodywork construction. It is a special edition. It is individually numbered. It is a limited series. The base movement is a 2892, which means it's a bidirectional winder with a 42-hour power reserve. The stop seconds function, it beats at 8 beats per second. It is a COSC certified Swiss chronometer. It is a perpetual calendar, a moon phase, and a vertical clutch chronograph by virtue of the complications modules that are added on top of the base. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.